why I pulled you over? Because you're a Reuben. PechaKucha is the most amazing place on the planet. I think I was in Montana about 8 years. Worked on cattle ranches, riding, the whole works. It was months on end up in the mountains for gathering cattle in the fall, cattle in the spring. If you ever get a chance. And 112 acres of row crops is nothing you can make a living off of through commercial, conventional agriculture. So I came home to this, left Montana to and then my neighbor stopped over one day and explained to me about the local food scene that is exploding in this area. And we started taking the farm and getting rid of the row crops, planting pasture, raising cattle, chickens, hogs, all that stuff. And it's really been a good thing. We switched back. The sustainable local agricultural scenes, a lot of this stuff you can see are CSAs, stands for Community Supported Agriculture. There's farmers markets, there's herd shares, you can get dairy, veggies. It's out there if you guys look on local harvest in many places. One of the things, this is a farmer's market that a friend of mine was at. When you go to farmers markets, make sure you talk to the people and ask them and make sure the stuff you're buying is local. You know, if they have things that normally don't grow in this area or they're not seasonal, you might want to ask them. But just try to support local as much as you can. This is a picture of a confinement barn for Cornish rocks. This is where most of the chicken in the United States comes from. They get about 7 square inches of living space per bird. There's a lot of fecal dust, creates lung lesions, and they need a lot of medicine to take care of these little guys and keep them alive. This is a beef feedlot out in Kansas. The high rate of grain that they give the animals breaks down their stomach. So it's not really good to just eat stuff from there. You can find that hog barns, same thing. Most of them live on concrete their whole life. They never get any good fresh air. There's some that they really stink. That's one thing you can't see in the pictures is the smells. If you use cave photos, you can find those operations are awful. You can smell them miles and miles away. This right here, this is when you buy cage-free hens. This is an example of a cage-free hen chicken coop. People think it's great that they're doing something good by cage-free. This is a cage-free example. They get the exact same amount of floor space, they just don't have a cage in front of them, around them. So pasture-based small farms are out there. They can really take care of it. This little picture here, 80% of all the antibiotics taken in the United States go to agriculture. Only 20% go to humans. And out of the 80%, this is an FDA number, out of the 80%, most of it, the majority of it goes to chicken and beef. So that's pretty staggering. This is a pasture-based operation here. You can see the broiler pens. The chickens have direct graze. They get about 30% of their diet from pasture, from bugs, from grasshoppers, and crickets. It's a lot healthier animal. These are some of the cows out there. Obviously, they're eating grass. 100% grass-fed beef is the way to go if you can do it. There's a lot of health benefits to the grass-fed, and they're not stuck in a feedlot. So that's good. Pastured hogs. These pigs are all fed in a woodlot. You can see the wood back there behind them. So they eat a lot of acorns. They do have pasture. Not many people see pigs out grazing on grass, but they do. And the meat quality is through the roof. Land hens. These girls here run around and eat. They follow the cows about 3 days behind in a rotational cycle. For the bugs and the cow pies is at the biggest at the 3 to 4 day period. The laying hens will scratch out your cow pies and eat all the bugs. So, this is an example. One of our CSA members sent me this. The 2 eggs on top are pastured eggs. The ones at the bottom are organic eggs from the grocery store. The chlorophyll in the grass really changes the color of the yolk. And there's a good bit less cholesterol in pastured eggs because 100% of their diet is not grain. So pastured eggs, the way to go. Pasture is conjugated linoleic acid. It's a fatty acid that's only present in ruminant animals that are on direct graze. It's very, very good. It helps with heart disease, fights diabetes, and it's an active carcinogen fiber. This one here is to show the omega-3 to 6. Talk about that a little bit. Most grain-fed beef, the fat that's in that has about a 20 to 1 omega-6 to 3 ratio. And grass-fed beef, the fat is around 3 to 1. So, anyway, this is, as a pasture-based operation, our goal is to take as much sunlight as we can, turn it into biomass, feed it to the animals, and produce protein. If you can find somebody that does a pasture-based operation, there's lots of them around, support them. If there are people out there like the Olive Urban Dime, if you ever eat there, we supply the beef to those guys, the pork chops, all that stuff. If you ever at the Sunrise Cafe, take care of those guys, the Yellow Springers out there. Yeah. We supply all the eggs and meat and all that stuff. But there's a lot of people out there doing grass-fed. Support local. 100% grass-fed, good.
Where have you been?
I was shopping.
You've been out with Reuben, haven't you? It's all over your face.